And so, you know what we talking about today? We got to talk about this new NFL rule with the minority candidates and how they're mandating them. Bit of NFL news and give you our opinion on, said topics. If you're not familiar, the NFL has changed the overtime rules just for the playoffs. So now, since the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills had that game and they said Josh Allen should have got the ball and it shouldn't have ended like that. Nah, they should have just played better defense. So they changed the overtime rules. So both teams now get a chance to have the ball in the playoffs. Now it's not just like a sudden death if you score a touchdown type of thing anymore. They changed it just for the playoffs. So I'm thinking this is kind of like almost like a test run to see if they want to do it, keep doing this from now on. So we'll see. And then the other thing is that the NFL also has mandated that all NFL teams hire a minority candidate on the offensive side of the ball. Okay. It is
Minority
a
or woman.
minority or woman. Yeah, I was about to bring that in. So a woman is considered a minority as well. So they pulled them in as well and said that they have to hire on their staff. They have to be an assistant of some sort that is black or otherwise and or woman on the squad.
Brown.
Yeah, black, brown, or
Hey.
whatever. So, um, my take on one of these topics, I'm just going to hit the one I just went over, which was the minority candidates have to be on the squad on the staff. Um, I don't know about how I feel about the mandate part. Understand that what they're trying to do. I get it. But if I'm owning a team, I don't want somebody to tell me what I have to do as an owner. But at the same time, y'all really not hiring people that are qualified to even do the job. Y'all just y'all saying to the fans that hey, we picking the best candidate available, but we be looking like, hey man, it's a whole list of dudes that's a way better coach than this guy. And y'all just, well, we gotta see. We don't know who he's gonna be. That and I just feel like that this is just another move and a step in a direction to where when they get in the court with Brian Flores, they could just be like, hey, we did this and we did that. We don't have a problem. But I mean, I don't think it matters at that point. But I see what they're trying to do, but I think it's no dice. Anybody can step up and say whatever they want to say about the other ones, and and I don't agree with the overtime rule. It's always been that way. You score, you win. Call it a day. Some people win, some people lose. It wasn't a problem until this past season when niggas start crying, talk about, oh, we didn't get a chance to get the ball. So you should have stopped them. That's the whole point. That's football. That's a part of football. Playing defense is a part of the football game. I understand they're trying to take defense out of the game so we can just see niggas running up and down the field, but that is football. Defense is a part of the game, people. Sorry if you don't like it. That's a tough titty. Watch something else. That's a part of the game. It is what it is. But how you feel about it, Blair? Anything you got? Anything you got on your mind?
That's so funny. The overtime thing is, I don't know. I don't know why they did it other than because people complain because some people missed out because Josh Allen missed out on a chance, and it's happened a few times, I guess, in the last couple of years, and they're trying to even it up. But I don't know how it matters if you can't score. Like if you can keep them from scoring, none of that matters. That's the whole point of it. I'm unless they're gonna put them at the 25 like they do in college and like almost gift them a score. I don't really know why why each person possessing the ball. Because if one of y'all score, that just means you got to now go stop them. And if you do, the game is over. And people are gonna be like, well, we could have just ended the game when we scored this last time. which is the whole point of like stop them from scoring. So it's a little weird to me on that one. The other one is, I don't know about the Brian Flores thing, because them doing this acknowledges that there is a problem. Like, this is not a no problem thing. You only make these things, you only put these things in writing and make them enforceable when it's an actual problem. Like, so him saying the Rooney Rule thing out loud about it being the sham interviews, that's not something that they don't know. Everybody in the NFL knows how it works. He just said it out loud. And so now they have to actually address it, because they're going to ask if it's true, and then they're going to ask what they're doing to kind of fix it, because it's an actual problem. And I understand you can't tell the owners who can be like head coaches and things of that nature, but at the same time, this is a business. Like, the organization is a business. It's not a personal club you own. You know, they get all these tax write-offs and all these benefits and stuff for being NFL owners. Like, at least you can do is be fair about your hiring practices and who you give a shot to. Like, it's just fair. Like, some people are not for affirmative action. I understand what affirmative action was set up for. It's unfortunate that it was made up, but it was made up with a reason and a purpose and an intent behind it that has actually changed things over time. This is going to be something similar to that. Like, it brings people in, it puts them in an offensive position, because, you know, they more hire offensive gurus and minds more than defensive guys. And most, you know, coordinators, a lot of the coordinators that are up there, the black ones, they're on the defensive side, not the offensive side. So you try to get some guys in there on the offensive side, get some people in the pipeline, you know, get familiar with new people. They have to be on the staff, and they have to work closely with the coach. So the working closely with the coach part really matters, because then you're in there, you're getting information, you're building your knowledge base. At least you get experience from being in the room. And it's a way to get you in the room, because before you couldn't even get in the room. Like, you know, just getting in on the offensive side is really hard. So just getting somebody in there that doesn't look like you, that still knows football, it just opens up the room to everybody. Now, it'll take time before it branches further, but at least it'll be like, I talk to this dude all the time. I trust him. He knows what he's doing. Not he's just a minority. This person, it gives you a chance to at least learn something about somebody new, to see if they know football, to give them an opportunity. And because you got to work closely with the head coach, they have to have a conversation. So they're going to have some form of a relationship to make it through. It was the thing that's needed, bro, because the Rooney Rule ain't working.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't working. They tried. I mean, he tried to do something that at least gave people a shot, and it's still not working. So when it still ain't working, you got to add some other stuff to it to get it to work. And the thing that they can affect, they wrote a rule, and now you got to, on your staff, we ain't telling you who your head coach got to be, but now on your staff, you have to have a minority, a woman or a minority, or however they saying it. You have to have one on your staff on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, so they're saying they made it specific to the offensive side of the ball, because a lot of the defensive coordinators and defensive staffs are black or minorities. So, but that's because at the time they were all hiring defensive coordinators as head coaches, and now that
No, they've always liked offensive coordinators as head coaches.
but
That's why all these young dudes got jobs right now. All the
no,
college guys, it wasn't because defense, but it's because they want these offensive, quote unquote, offensive minds and these great offensive dudes. They hire
I get it.
offensive quarterbacks.
I get
I
what
mean,
you're saying, but
offensive
I'm saying,
coordinators.
like, at the time they were like, a lot of the people that aren't getting these jobs because they're not a lot of minority candidates. So a lot of the minority candidates that they had was on the defensive side of the ball, only because a lot of the candidates came from Bill Belichick's tree. So anybody that was a defensive coordinator, they thought because we all know that the NFL's a copycat league. They're like, oh, we need a defensive guy to run it because he over there running the Patriots. He got a dynasty going on over there. Let's hire a defensive coordinator to be able to run our organization. So now a lot of the guys that's on the defensive side ain't getting hired. They hiring offensive dudes now because the new dude now is Sean McVay. So, I mean, it is what it is. Darius, what you think about what's going on, man? What you got a thought on any one of these topics or both or whatever?
Well, as far as this minority thing, the NFL owners and the people who do the hiring process caused it on themselves. We tried to let you do it on your own. Now we're going to make you do it. We're going to make you do it because the NFL has one mission only: protect the brand. They not going for no stains on the NFL shield at all. They don't care if it come to race. They don't care if it come to sex. They don't care if it come to violence. It does not matter. There will not be a stain on the NFL shield overall because y'all don't want to do this right. We gave you a chance. We made the Rooney Rule.
What is that rule? That rule's been around for like 20 years, bro. Like they gave them like 20 years to like we tried to let y'all be better people.
Exactly. So now, since you don't want to do it, we're going to mandate that you do it. So guess what? Now you got to go make sure the one that you going to hire is going to be a good one.
Facts.
And it might be something that I feel like they'll snatch away later as everyone gets closer to that point. But right now, we're farther away than we should be. And it's sad that it came to that. But like you said, Blair, bruh, you get all these other breaks. The least you can do is be honest about what you're doing. It's time for the good old. It's time for the good old boy shit to go. Now, on this overtime, what the fuck is that? Like, I don't understand. I do not understand. Like, they just compromised. They just compromised. If you hold this team to a field goal, you will get the ball. If your half of your team goes out and does the job that they're supposed to do, you will get the ball back. It makes absolutely no sense, bro. In the playoffs, it's already play until somebody wins. If your team can't go out there and stop it, tough titty. Like, you know how many other teams that was good? That was like the Bills, who was like, bruh, if only we would have had one more drive.
Right.
If they would have let us run another play at the end of the game. No, bro, you already had 60 minutes.
Fair.
It's sudden death time. Like Blair said, sudden death time, bro. It's sudden death time. That is absolutely stupid. It's stupid, bro. It's stupid. And you only did it for the playoffs. Bump getting rid of the ties. Bump getting rid of the ties in the NFL. Just like, oh yeah, we don't like the way that
tie in the playoffs anyway. So now instead of it being over after you score a touchdown, you gotta see if you can stop them from scoring another touchdown. Like it's dumb, man. It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it.
now, then it's gonna be the team that scored second went for a 2-point conversion. And then the other team gonna be like, hey, we ain't get a chance to do a 2-point conversion. We don't did a field goal. So we need to get another drive.
Right. I don't understand, man. I thought the whole point of sudden death was sudden death. It just is what it is when it's over.
No, man, we can't have these guys on camera looking sad. This is all a part of motherfucking participation trophies, nigga. I'm trying to tell you. I deserve another chance. Cause I nigga, what? Come on, bro. Like, no, 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 no. You don't deserve another chance. You had the same chance the other team did.
Well,
NFL is retarded. I don't see what anybody is going to benefit from this, especially
It
when
just gets a chance to make the games longer, bro. Like I don't
that's
understand.
if the game goes into overtime. My
Mhm.
thing is, do that many playoff games go to overtime that they felt like they really needed to implement this rule?
I feel like this year, bro, it was like 3 or 4 overtime playoff games. Like one weekend, it was super crazy. Like everybody went to overtime.
And guess what? The team that was supposed to win won.
One, yeah, that's how I feel. I don't understand it, but yeah.
Shame on you, NFL. Tell these guys to get good. I don't want to hear it for the Bills. They was number 1 in this and number 2 in that on defense. Y'all couldn't get a stop.
Couldn't stop nothing.
The Bengals went and got a pick. They
So now
needed
you
it.
don't. Now you're not penalized because your defense can't stop nobody.
well,
Now it literally means, let's just say Josh Allen does the same thing he did last year, and they go into overtime. These dudes can literally be like, it doesn't matter what happens on this drive. It does not matter. They score, it don't matter. We're going to have a chance to get the ball and score again anyway.
I don't understand, but I feel
All
you.
right.
I feel you. Sean, you got
I'm
anything?
gonna first go off for this overtime crap, and that's my headliner. It's crap. It's some straight bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I could see if they would have put it through the whole season, I would have been like, okay, the owner's trying to make some extended money. But for the playoffs, I feel as if it was a lot of owners that was a little butthurt from how their team got done, and the man with the power in the room won that argument. You know what I'm saying? I think it is some bullshit. Just to be honest with you, as far as a football game, man, as a fan, like you want your team. I mean, you already got built up of anxiety. You know what I'm saying? You're yelling, you're screaming, and the shit just goes on and on and on like a weak ass motherfucking sitcom. The shit's kind of crazy, and then you jeopardizing your players. You giving guys $200-something million. You got him on the field even longer. That one play could take his whole career out. That one play could take him out ACL injury, 2 seasons. You get what I'm saying? So I think it was a dummy move on that point too. So for the owners, I think it was a dumb move. But for as a fan, I think it was a dumb move. Now, far as on the other thing, the minority hiring thing, and coming from me, because y'all know I'm pro black for real on everything. Coming from me, this might kind of sound kind of crazy or on the fences. I do believe it is about time. But as an entrepreneur, anything, any business, just imagine if you owned a sandwich shop. The spot that you lease in the building from, they say, hey man, you gotta hire King Lee. You know what I'm saying? You go to the damn Chinese spot right now, you'll see no black man in there chopping up no chicken. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of things. When you open doors like that, a lot of shit, other shit opens. And that's what all of these organizations, not saying nothing bad or wrong, but all these organizations, they open up other doors because other people feel as if they have more rights than those rights that are given to those group of people. You get what I'm saying? So it opens up other doors. So then you might
Hey
have.
man, hey man, hold on. Nobody cares if you own a bread shop and you hire all black folks in your bread shop. What somebody cares about is if you own 1,400 bread shops and you only hire black people and you don't give anybody else a shop and nobody else sells bread but you. Like, it's not a matter of individual things. Like, people do it all the time. You start a business, you hire all your white friends, all your white coworkers. You start a black business, you call it black owned, and you hire all your black friends. Nobody cares. People care when you get shut out of circles you shouldn't be shut out of. It's not the same thing as being an entrepreneur. Those dudes aren't entrepreneuring anything. Those dudes own 32 teams, and they are the only 32 teams in the United States of America who get to choose, who don't have to operate by the same set of corporate rules that they have in place for corporations. Like, that's why they're corporate rules. You can be a smaller manufacturer and a smaller person and do whatever you want. Once you get to a certain level, being fair is only reasonable. That's all they want is fair. It's not shifting. It's not putting it all in this person's power. It's just a fair shot. Like, a corporation is much bigger than a mom and a pop store. It's much bigger than an entrepreneur. It's not considered any of those things. That's why it's called a corporation, and they completely separate them because they get completely different benefits in life than an entrepreneur would get. A corporation would get bigger discounts on things than an entrepreneur would get. If y'all get a grant, you might be available for a grant that a corporation can't get. Corporation gets everything, bro. It's not about individual entrepreneurs. If you were a single dude, you can hire all the black people you want or all the white people you want. When you hit a certain level of people in your workspace, you need to diversify your bonds, bro. That's just all it is. It's just being fair.
I understand when you're saying far as a corporation, but this is the thing with the Shield, and this is what a lot of analysts say. The Shield in its own 32 groups is that's their group, man. That's their group. Like I said, them behind closed doors, they saying whatever the fuck they want to say. They talking about women, they talking about dudes, they freaking weirdos. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. I ain't saying they some motherfucking like eating goats and motherfucking killing babies and shit. But you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, even if it is a corporation, if it's privately funded, and this is legal, if it's privately funded, you can do what the fuck you want to do. If you
The
want to
NFL is not privately funded,
but
bro.
everything's not privately funded though.
They get money from everybody. How are they
get money
privately anything?
That's what.
Let's break it down to something even simpler. Let's break it down. Let's say you got a Pee Wee team. Let's say you got a Pee Wee team organization, right? But you get sponsored by Nike. You get what I'm saying? Nike don't own you. They don't own no shares of your Pee Wee team. They don't got no say on who you gonna hire for your Pee Wee team. Same thing with a high school. Yes, Gatorade, Rock Hill. My son went there. Gatorade sponsored them. Nike sponsored them. No, I take that back. Adidas sponsored them. Or was it Nike? It don't matter. I think it was Nike. But they still cannot dictate how that school run their program. They're not gonna say, hey, you just need to have fucking 45-pound dumbbells in this motherfucker. Y'all colors need to be orange and green or whatever the fuck.
Here's what you don't understand. If they signed a contract with Nike, what they not gonna be is racist, bro. Nike ain't affiliating themselves with racism. So it ain't like a bunch of KKK about to be flying nothing at none of your home games. It don't work that way. You taking it to a super extreme. That's not how it works, bro. Well, corporations and people are completely different. The whole point of this country is built on grading people by the color of their skin. So it is ingrained in the country as who it is. So all the things that have been done to try to equalize that problem is already there. And the NFL is not a private entity. There's nothing private about the NFL. They want everybody to come to their game. They try to get money from anybody they can get money from, bro. It ain't just a bunch of rich dudes out in the woods putting money into something. That ain't how it works. They're involved in TV, which is public. You can't be just racist on TV. That ain't cool no more. It's just different. It ain't about that. You have to be fair. Being fair is all that people want it to look like. If they just want it fair.
With what you're saying, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm actually agreeing with you. I'm just giving you both sides of the story.
You saying both sides of the story, but you telling me from an entrepreneur, dude. Nobody cares if you own a mom and pop store. Nobody cares of it. Once it gets to the level of you are affecting thousands of people's lives, it's time to be held to a different standard.
Forced to motherfucking hire somebody, bro. That's what the Rooney Rule was an opportunity. These dudes wasn't doing the opportunity. Yes, so they did have to do something. But when you mandate,
what do you think affirmative action is?
I mean, like you just said, affirmative action done changed forever. Just like I ask people right now, are you a Democrat or a Republican? Truth be told, the Democratic Party started the KKK. A lot of folks don't know that shit. A lot of folks don't know that.
Are you talking about when the Democratic Party used to be Republicans and it was reversed from when Abraham Lincoln was a Republican, bro? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you just did to me? Is that what you just did to me? You just took it back to when party roles were reversed? I know what you're talking about, dog. What is that?
We gonna talk about straight up politics, but like I said, if you want to go way back, we can go way back. But we talking about right now, this shit right now, bro, like I said, you cannot force somebody on to put he had $1 million or $1 billion. It's fucked up till we got to that point to where they got to mandate some shit. That's just like a motherfucker forcing you to go get shot.
No, it's not.
No.
That's not. That is absolutely not the same thing, bro. That they're not even connected. You having a chance to get a job, a fair shot at a job is not the same thing as them telling you to get a shot. You just want a fair shot at the job. Like the whole point of this is a fair shot at the job, bro.
Define a mandate, bro.
Look,
you want the definition of the word mandate. Is that what you want?
I think.
Hold on.
I think
all right, we're doing that.
We y'all still on topic, but this is the point I wanted to say. So you have, I see what Sean's saying. Sean's saying I own a business, it's my business. You can't tell me what to do with my business, right?
That's it.
I get you. Yeah, he's
up.
agreeing with you, right? Y'all saying the same things, but Blair is saying that there's a difference from having a small business and having a business that affects thousands, right? And I agree with him there. And this is why, because so let's say right now, Sean, like, remember we was in Ohio, the Bengals was building Paul Brown Stadium, right? Whenever anybody, it could be the Bengals, it could be motherfucking Vegas, right? When they build that stadium, who do they have to go to build the stadium? They gotta go to the city, right? So they go to the city and they gotta be like, hey, I want to build this stadium, but you know, I'm a billionaire, but I ain't got all that. The stadium I'm trying to build is like 15 billion. You know what I'm saying? Jerry, like, hey, my shit like 4 billion out here. I need some money. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to use all my money. I mean, I need some of your money, right? So they like, all right, cool. We're going to give you some of our money. That is everybody's money. That is black people, white people, Asian people, everybody that lives in America that pays taxes, right? So therefore, if you want to build your stadium to be able to have your product, you got to get my money. And all I'm asking is, okay, when you when I give you this money so you can build your product, to help your product and your shield, all I want is to have people to have an equal opportunity.
Well, it's still ain't equal. Why don't you have it for offense and defense then?
But that's what I'm saying though, Sean.
It's still not
I'm providing you with money.
Shit though, bro.
I understand what you're saying, but still, if you say we ain't hiring no black people right now, how many of them motherfuckers will get new stadiums, Sean? None of them. But that's the whole point. They're like, look, Roger Goodell is trying to show you, like, hey, look, we're not gonna be able to building these stadiums because they're costing more and more, right? More teams, like shit, they want a new stadium in Cincinnati. They just built the shit like 10,
listen,
20
this is how
years
I'm gonna
ago.
kill it, bro. I ain't gonna say
That's all I'm
shit. I'm
saying.
gonna just shake my head. Yeah, I'm gonna just agree to disagree, bro. I'm gonna agree to disagree because I don't give a fuck what you got an AR in your fucking hand. You ain't gonna tell me what the fuck to do in my house. Period. Point blank.
This
But
ain't,
your
they ain't
house-
talking about your house, bro. That's the thing. They ain't talking
If-
about your house.
If
Them
I'm
dudes
over here
still do what they
barbecuing with
wanna
all
do
y'all
at their
niggas,
house.
ain't no white boy gonna say, "Come turn that music down, man. You got me fucked up, man.
No,
You ain't
they
gonna tell
just
me what
call
to do
the
in my house."
cops on you. They
But
still
that's different.
they just call the cops. They don't tell
You're
you
not
nothing. They call the
affecting
cops
anybody.
and make a noise complaint, bro. Like you act like it ain't checks and balances in this thing. You can't do anything you want to do when you want to do it. It's not. You can be as loud as you want until up until a certain point where you impinge on their freedoms, but that's how it works.
So that's what I'm saying. So if you gonna issue out a mandate, you gotta play it fair all the way across the board. Do you agree with that?
I agree with everything
So when
that
you say play
everybody
it fair, what
said.
do you mean? The mandate
Hold
should be
on.
they have to hire somebody at every level.
It should be across the board. It should be just like I seen something on AI, and I'm not this is not I'm not getting off subject, Chris, but he was just saying basically like he should have a position in the Philadelphia organization.
Oh, they won't mess with him in Philly. Yeah, they won't do nothing. With
Right.
him.
And me as a fan, I'm like, why not? But then when you look at it from an owner's point of view, you might be like, well, exactly. You feel what I'm saying? So I look at it like, if they are going to do it just offensively, why are you not doing it in the front office? Why are you not doing it for the defense? You know what I'm saying? Have it fair for everybody. If you're going to do equal rights, have it fair for everybody.
Okay. So because they're on the defenses, bro. They're on like every defense on every team.
And I
What
agree
they're
with
not on
that.
is offense. And they already did put something in place about the front office. Like they already got something for that. The part they can't get fixed is the head coach pipeline. That's the part they're working on now. It's a black dude on just about every defense in the NFL coaching something. But it's hard for them to get on the offensive side of the ball. That's why they put the mandate in place. There is a mandate for like black people in upper management. Like they've done stuff like that. The part they can't fix is the head coach part. That is literally the part that keeps sticking them in the face. It's
So
the
this
most
is what I'm saying.
visible
So how
part.
about if they passed the mandate and said, hey, all 32 teams, I don't give a fuck if it's Mike Tomlin that been successful, whoever. Y'all have to interview every 5 years a black head coach, a black guy or minority head coach. Even though Bill Belichick been winning for 20 years, y'all got to interview a guy or a woman minority every fucking year. That's you can't. I'm saying that's what I'm saying. We're gonna get to a point to where we gotta stop the shit. Like the shit gotta be what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. That's what I'm saying. It gotta be fair across the whole fucking board. Like, and I understand what you're saying. Like, we got shit in defense, we got shit. We need some more shit, head coaches and shit. I totally agree with you. But what I'm saying is, they sliding us in the back door and not letting us come in the front door. You giving me motherfucking pennies when I need dollars. You only giving me a piece
That's
of the
because
pie.
they wasn't giving you nothing at first. They wasn't giving you pennies. They
But
wasn't
see, that's
giving
what I'm
you
saying.
nothing.
Like again, bro, I agree with you, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying for us as black people, bro. We gotta stop just getting smacked and just letting that shit ride. We can't just like, okay, they gave us something. God damn, they've been owning shit for hundreds of years. They gave us something. They gave me a penny out of a dollar. They gave me 15 cents out of a dollar. Well, come on, man. You know how many times we got to make that 15 cent add up till we get to a dollar? Them niggas, it ain't fair. They don't have to go through the changes we got to go through. So it should be fair all the way across the board for every fucking thing. And you said, I know you said they got some shit going, but that shit should be mandated. That's what I'm saying. Let it be fair to where they can hire motherfuckers, front office, head coaches, get some black owners in that motherfucker.
That's what they're trying. That's what they're moving towards. That's literally what they're trying to do.
Hey, I agree with everything that y'all said. I do believe it's a way that both of you are right. I understand what Blair's saying, and I understand Sean's point of view with it from the entrepreneur side, because technically you should be able to hire who you want. But to Blair's point, you should be able to hire who you want through honest
Yes, I
process.
agree.
So, so yeah, it's like because they haven't been honoring
The Rooney Rule.
the honor process. Hey, we gotta make you do this shit. We gotta make you do this shit. We shouldn't have to do it, but now we gotta do something. Now we gotta do something.
And that's the
And on the
shameful
owner
part.
side, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck, but hey, it's something that you gotta get used to. Then later on, you won't have to mandate it because they'll just be looking for quality people instead of trying to leave somebody out or add somebody in. You're just looking for quality people at that point.
You know, as a suggestion.
And Sean wanted to happen faster. I feel him on that because it's just like, but it's like,
And I
I
think
don't
we
know.
are
I
at that
guess
point.
it's hard to do it at the head coach level, I guess. So you gotta start
Because
somewhere.
those are
To
personal
just
hires
mandate.
by the
Oh,
owners, bro. Like the
Mhm.
owners hire the head coaches. That's why it's so like that dude has to be like, yep, I like him. Like the
Yeah,
owner
and-
has to sign off on you as a head coach.
Well, I
yeah.
think there's
No,
and I
bro.
feel like that
Even if a
another
GM, a president,
no.
they all have to sign off on
I
this.
wasn't even
dude.
I wasn't even gonna go in that direction. What I was gonna say was if they actually hire people, the people that are best for the job, instead of being I'm hiring my friend or I'm hiring my cousins or I'm hiring my little brother's friend. You know what I'm
Bring it
saying?
home.
It's gonna make the football better when you
Bring it
hiring the
home.
best guys for the job. So that's all we saying. We ain't
But it
saying
gotta be
hire
fair
black
all the
people because he black. We trying to tell you, hey, this black dude is obviously, by looking at his record and all the players that he's developed, is the best candidate. Why didn't y'all hire him? All because we felt that Mike Shalansky had a great potential. I feel like he's going to do a great job instead of hiring these people, these black men, to fail. All we saying is, hey,
But
give these men a chance to succeed. We have one coach that got a chance to succeed.
no,
Give all the rest of them a
no,
chance to succeed.
you don't gotta just give black people the job.
No, that's what I'm
Black
saying. Not
people
just
just want to feel.
Just have
Yeah,
a
they
chance.
just want to feel
Yeah.
like they had a fair shot. Exactly. Even if Joe Blow still ends up getting a job,
Bruh.
if the other dude felt like he at least had a fair shot, then it's fine. Black people feel like they, in the end, they lose before they even walk into the interview.
Yep.
No, it's supposed to be like, hey, I'm taking my resume to bat and hopefully it go for me. Not I'm black, just hope for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, hopefully I get this shit. Like, nah, my resume got a fair shot, just like anybody else, black, white, Puerto Rican, whatever.
And just to add though, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, like Blair was saying, the owners be picking these head coaches. You know what I'm saying? So, but with that also to add to, you know, you got some head coaches that are quarterback, you know what I'm saying, whispers or gurus or whatever, or they might be a defensive minded guy, they might be an offensive minded guy. If you got a team that's focused solely on offense, you're gonna more than likely hire an offensive minded head coach. Or if you got a young quarterback you done picked in the top 3 draft and you want somebody to groom him, you're gonna pick a quarterback minded head coach. You get what I'm saying? Like Sean McVay, same thing with the Bengals, with Taylor. Even though they're young, the thing is they're young, they fit in the system. They started complaining about all the old heads and they old rules and you know how they being physically demanded of dudes and getting in their face. This shit got pampered. You get what I'm saying? So it got designed to motherfucking cater to the players. So if we're gonna cater to the players, the owners need to cater to the head coaches. So it could be a whole 32 teams of diverse, because if you look at the players, it's mainly black players. Why the fuck half the teams ain't black? I mean, head coaches. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I agree with you. We do deserve a fair shot, but all I'm saying It should be fair across the whole board. Same thing with NBA basketball. They take a vote on you to become an owner. You know what I'm saying? Jordan had to climb up the ranks. It's guys like Usher and everybody, they got shares in the shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of these guys got bankroll, like Master P. When he's talking that shit, you think they're gonna give Master P a team? If Master P and Diddy and Jay-Z got together for a team, you think they was gonna give him a team? Hell
They
nah.
gave Jay-Z a team.
They made him a part owner. They didn't give. He wasn't the man.
Hey, I tell you, he got that.
Yeah,
that
he brought
arena
them to
built in
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
But,
He got it. He got the name changed to Brooklyn. He got that arena changed to Brooklyn, and now he like the head of something, dude. Like,
yeah,
he
he
did what
run
he wanted
Rock
to do.
Nation and he do the music and all the other stuff in the the sports agent shit. I think he got
He did what he
KD
wanted.
and a
He
few
did
other
what
fellas as
he
top
did
names.
exactly
But
what
what
he
I'm
wanted
saying
to do
is,
with
we
the
still don't
NBA,
get a fair shot on that shit. We got to climb through the ranks, and that's still a
Well,
buddy thing. Okay, let my buddy become an owner.
and
You
and
get
that's
what I'm saying?
and that's
Okay,
the
he might
part we
own a
got to get rid
construction
of.
company. Like, I don't know if y'all seen the Lakers documentary on Netflix.
I haven't
Y'all ain't
yet.
seen the first
No.
episode or not? But
Mhm.
anyway, like Jerry Buss, he owned a whole bunch of businesses and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So he went and talked to the old Lakers owner and traded the shit. He traded like a Chrysler building and shit like that on some buddy shit. But dude wanted to draft Magic. Jerry Buss wanted Magic. He wanted somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But it was like a conversation. We gonna bring you in if you basically move how we want you to move. So even to this day, these guys got friendships too. They gonna decide on who can get an owner of a team. So that's not being fair. You get what I'm saying? Like, back to Chris's point, just because it's my cousin, I'm gonna hire him. Now, back to me again, as an entrepreneur, true indeed, I will do that. I will hire somebody I know, like LeBron. He hired his buddy straight out of high school. You know what I'm saying? And he done well. Sometimes that shit works, but at the end of the day, let's say LeBron on a basketball team. Who you think gonna make his general manager or part owner? His homeboy. But then you might have folks that don't look like us at his throat. Oh man, dude used to own a team or whatever. Y'all don't think that'll happen?
it's not gonna be enough. No, if it was like 20 of the teams turned black, yeah. But if LeBron made it in and the rest of the dudes are white, no, they're not saying
I
anything.
feel like I feel like I like how you were saying, like, the league is 85% black, right? Probably.
Yeah, somewhere close
I
to
think
that.
that's like the ratio.
Mhm.
Something like that.
Bruh,
Mm-hmm.
guess what?
Should be 85% head coaches.
I don't think no white dude in the league feels like he's not getting burned because he's white.
Facts.
He literally knows, like, hey, this person most of the time is better than me. It just happens to be black.
Exactly.
That's the same feeling that we want on the other
Exactly.
end. Like, if this person is better than me, that's fine. It just so happens that they're white, but it's because they're better. So that hopefully the better person, like Chris was saying, can get an opportunity. Like, you
Yes.
can pick who you want, but hey, as long as they have a fair opportunity,
So
bruh.
still on topic, like I said,
Don't
like what was
kill
the guy name on the big time media? Rich Paul or something like that, the brother?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, like they put up news and notes like he's gonna get it, and that's just to say that they gave them a chance. The same thing they did with Brian Flores. He went and visited all these places. That's for them to say, hey, we gave him an interview. You get what I'm saying? But they never gonna make it all. I mean, I ain't gonna say never, because I pray to God that things will change. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, these crumbs that they're giving us, it will end up turning to an apple pie. I totally agree. But again, to your note, it's 85%. Let's say we all agree about 80 to 85% all black. Why we don't have 80 to 85% head coaches? I mean, it only makes sense. You go to a park right now, any park in a hood, white neighborhood, if your team, baseball team, basketball team is more than likely 85% white, what the coach gonna look like? You know what I'm saying? It should be the same way professionally, because at the end of the day, even if we go to educational wise, I'm not just bigging up the HBCUs, but it's easier for us to get an education at an HBCU than at the North Carolinas, because we learn different, we study different, We interact with our peers different. We interact with our mentors different. And then depending on how we was raised, we give that person a value of respect. So we know not to cross that line. You get what I'm saying? Because that's a father figure in your life. That's a mama that seems like your auntie or something. You know what I'm saying? You get to joke with your teachers. Certain shit you might say with your teachers, you definitely won't say in a white classroom. Certain shit that you will listen to or do in the classroom, you won't get that off. Like my son might just be clowning. He'll get in trouble in the white school, but it's the black school. They ain't gonna dare to call me until he up there putting hands on somebody. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of different in that aspect. I'm just saying again, as a conclusion, I just wish everything was just fair all the way across the board from front office all the way down to the fucking water boy. That's it.
Yeah, I know that this is really it could become a larger conversation. We do understand that we are in a real life monopoly game, and it's, you know, if you're losing, which we are on the losing end, it is what it is. You just got to change the game. So some of us are, some of us not. You know, the only way we're gonna do that is putting our money together. But that's gonna be like I said, it could be a bigger conversation.